they've lifted some restrictions and are going into what they call phase one in several different states throughout the country. And I know a lot of you said, well, you complained about the mask and everybody, it's this is over and going to stop. And actually, when I went out this weekend, people were moving about and they seemed relieved and at ease, okay? Because without delving into it or thinking much about it, a lot of people just have this kind of narrow-minded, shallow attitude of just go with it, comply, wear the mask, get through, and then when it ends, and that's it, we just go back. Well, unfortunately, that's not what the hell is going to happen, okay? What's going on, it's kind of like the old shell game, okay? And basically that's where you'd place a bet and there'd be 3 little cups or something and a ball underneath, and then the guy would do this, sleight of hand, and say, all right, pick out where the ball is, okay? And the mechanism of that, what it is, it's to distract somebody with something, all right, and confuse them. And this is what's going on with this coronavirus. I mean, they just hit everybody, and actually it succeeded pretty good because they did get people to stay put, to do what they were told to do, give up their freedoms, freedom of movement, this and that. And it all worked out without having to expend, like a lot of the older people, oh, martial law, or they're going to have the military come in. The military isn't large enough to do that. Law enforcement can't handle that. Okay, that is a old-fashioned thinking. And the people in control of the government or whatever agency, some of them are not elected officials. Okay, everyone goes, who's they? They. There are people who have power over what we do, okay, that are not elected officials, okay? And they're saying, like on the radio, it's still broadcast. Stay at home, only be with your core family, do not contact other people, don't go out, don't move around. I mean, they're still broadcasting this as they are lifting the restrictions. They're just hammering you with this. Yes, the restrictions are lifted, but it'd be safer if you just keep staying at home and don't move around. Then I've seen someone gave me a link to that one video, and it has been taken down, about that one doctor that was involved very early on with AIDS back like in 1980. We're talking they're going back 40 years or more, okay? And they bring up the AIDS epidemic, another one. And this doctor supposedly said that, it's not a natural occurring thing, this virus. And the same players, if you watch the video, the same people that are standing there next to Trump now were the ones that were talking about the AIDS epidemic. Okay? So, it doesn't matter who the president is. It doesn't matter your political parties. Everyone likes to rant and rave about that. It's meaningless. It just adds to more confusion when you carry on about that. Okay? Everybody's blaming the Chinese, the Russians, all this. It's been done. Okay? They use the pandemic as a very generic excuse to come down, and they're restructuring everything. Because in the end, what's going to happen, money-wise, is now we're all back in this and that. I know people have lost their jobs. There's been a lot of people laid off and out of a job. Okay, so now you get your relief check. I did get my $1,200. So you got phase one relief. Now there's these other phases they're arguing about in Congress where they're going to pay people $1,000 a month, okay, of a benefit, some for 3 months, some for up to a year, something. And now the government's like just handing out money to everybody. And you're going, oh, well, that's nice, I'll take it. But here's the thing. With this shutdown, it has really affected, and I know locally, a lot of the sports arenas and that, it's all run by the city government. Okay, and with this ban on any of that has really economically hurt a lot of local cities and that. And the school system, another thing. You know, how do you deal with this? What they're talking about, reopening the schools, you know, to do that and to carry this out with this sterilization, the little guards between the desk with children and that, you can't function normally under those conditions. You can't have restaurants, schools, sporting events or anything anymore, I guess. Okay, with these stipulations and restrictions. It's insane. So what they're telling you makes no sense. I don't see how they're going to do it. And if they do it and make you modify your place of business, modify the school and everything else, the cost is going to be astronomical. And everybody's already hurting because of the loss of wages and the economy's just being shut down. We're talking, you know, an economic devastation here. So, with all this going on and everything, and you know, where's the ball? Where's the shell at? You know, and it comes down to where now the government's going to step in, and we're going to have relief, and we're going to bail out everyone. But here's the rub: if they bail you out and give you money and you accept it, it comes with stipulations. One of them is they'll bail out the school districts and that, but they have to kind of lay off so many workers and lower the wages. So even if you do have your job and you haven't lost it, you may be looking at having your wages lowered, okay, and work for less. The reason they got rid of a lot of people is because they're older, this and that, whatever, just cut them loose. And they're also the people on the high end of the pay scale. People that have been there a long time. You know, people like myself. I got 40 years experience. I ain't coming in there and working for minimum wage. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm not. But that's how this system is going. They're going to lower your wages. And this is where people aren't paying attention or thinking in depth to what's going on. This is like step one. After everyone and just about when everybody recovers and figures out what's really going on, when the fall comes, they're going to do this whole thing again. They're going to shut down the economy. They're going to just do this. More people are going to lose their jobs. They're going to say, hey, things ain't going good. You're going to have to work for less and an hourly wage, or your wages are going to have to be lowered, you know, if you want to keep your job. Because I remember this, you know, being a factory worker, they just come up to you one day, union, no union, whatever. The owners of the company says, look, you're taking like a 15%, 20% cut in your pay, or we're just shutting the place down. Okay, that's the choice you're given. You've been working there 10, 15 years, getting raises, building up your benefits and everything, and they just tell you, hey, you either have no job or you work for less. Okay, and that's something I faced 20 years ago. All right, now, all these people that, oh yeah, well, you know, you never went to college, you're just a factory worker. That's what happens to stupid bastards like you, huh? Let's see how that works the other way around. And it's going to happen. So, and there's other points, I'll bring them up in other videos, the tracking, all this other stuff. But right now, we're going to get the sad reality. Prices are going up on everything, and you're going to be told you're going to be making less money. So now it's crunch time. And it's all been done. Now who do you blame? It was a virus. Of course, they blamed the spread of the virus to either actions of political, like the president and that. Well, it's his fault because he did this. It's his fault because he did that. Blah, 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 blah. But it's meaningless. See, because when you sort through all the crap and everything everyone's debating and arguing about, our economy is being readjusted. whether we like it or not. And there's no way to stop it or do anything to control it, because people believed this pandemic thing, and it's very convenient. A virus doesn't have a political party. A virus doesn't belong to a government or organization or have any religion. The virus just is a virus. And actually, I always wondered how they do it. Now I see them, it's unfolding out there. It's coming true. How they're going to destroy the United States and install global government. Okay, stay tuned.